Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 102 of Guess the Trades, where subscribers send in their loadouts, we take a look at those pictures, and then we guess in the comment section below what it is that we think they do with those tools. Well, back in episode 101, we looked at Thomas McClure's loadout. He sent in a lot of pack out and stuff in the back of his truck. We didn't take a look at those, but what we did look at was his Veto Pro Pack TP-LD, and that thing was jam-packed with some great tools. I don't think you could fit another tool in there, but what was it that he did with those tools? Well, he said in a comment that he started out on a lobster boat, but that's not what he's using these tools for. He said that he works for a company that does houses from the ground up and then also remodels, and he said he's currently working as a site lead on an 1854 house remodel. So I bet that's pretty interesting. Again, great tools. Appreciate you sending your loadout, Thomas. Well, today in episode 102, we're also only going to look at one person. We're going to look at Ryan Nargang. He's in the lives pretty frequently, but he has a TP-XXL. Not a lot of pictures to look at, so this might be a short one, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at his pictures, check out the tools, and see if we can guess what it is that he does. But let's go ahead and jump into Ryan's loadout. So first picture, again, it is a Veto Pro Pack TP-XXL, not the blackout version or the infrared, but the original version. So whenever I first bought a Veto bag that had a flap, I think my first one was a TP-XL. Didn't like that bag at all. Way too tippy in comparison to some of the other ones. And then the LC came out. I liked it. Of course, the XL is kind of a lot like the SPMC. It is tippy, but I think the SPMC is a little bit smaller. You get the pouch and all that, so the size of it actually makes it a little bit more convenient for me. But I bet this TPXXL, it's got a wide base, the two pouches on the side. I've never seen one in person or actually used one, but it does look like it would be a very good bag. But again, that's what he's running here. This is the outside of the bag. Looks like he's got a Klein precision driver, also another Klein driver of some sort, non-contact voltage tester, pin light, from Milwaukee, couple Milwaukee tape measures. Over here on the far side, it looks like he's got some different tapes, also some Velcro as well. So we'll go ahead and go on to the next one. So here it is opened up, and he does pull these tools out again. There's only like 3 more pictures out after this. So this is the loadout of the bag. I'm not going to zoom in and spend a lot of time here, but you can see a M12, the Surge. You can see jab saws, punch down tools, patch cables up there at the top. So you should be kind of drawing on those things and already be telling probably what field that he's in. I am interested to see what this is up here. Stud mark. I've never seen stud mark. I'm not sure. I guess that's a stud finder, but then also somehow it marks. I'm going to have to look that one up. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, go ahead and drop that in the comments below. And then there, I'm zoomed in a little bit. You can kind of see some more there as well. Looks like he's got maybe some ring camera tools possibly there as well. So there is the bag again, opened up, loaded out, just how it is. We'll move on to the next picture where he starts to load these out, and these are all the tools that are in that bag. The next 2 pictures are going to be in quadrants, so I'm not going to zoom in there. But so again, the last picture, everything in. This is everything that's in that bag out, except for the tape, it looks like. So next picture over here on the right side, we've got a couple different Milwaukee bit cases, one with the drill bits, another with some bits. It is the M12 Surge. Klein precision driver right there. That looks small enough. That might just be the 4-in-1, but that could be the 14-in-1, but I think it's just the 4-in-1. Also the Klein 11-in-1. I think that might be the magnetic version, or it's the original version, one or the other. He's also got the 7-in-1 with the flip socket. Knipex diagonals, the 200s, and then also a pair of needle nose up there at the top. Let's see what we can see on this meter. Klein tools, I'm not going to be able to read that number. Maybe somebody knows that off the top of their head. But also a Fluke Networks. Let's see if it's got a number on it too. Intellitone Pro 200 probe. The 200, I guess, is the thing on that. I've got an older version of the Fluke that is a probe that doesn't do the micro scanner and like have the pieces. It's just basically a toner. So I think that's one of the newer versions right there that he's got here. Then he's got an air tag, it looks like, over there on the far side. Patch cables again, Milwaukee tape measure, Klein torpedo. There's the Makita sockets that are in everybody's loadout. And again, that stud mark right there, that's pretty interesting to me. I'm going to have to look that one up. And then a Klein tools punch down tool, but we'll see what we got over here on this other side because we're going to see some of those here. So Klein tools jab saw, that's a really good one too in my opinion. A crescent wrench of some brand, not sure the brand on that. Couple small, one of them's a little plastic pencil type with a scraper, and then he's also got a very small driver there as well. some of the gear wrench Allen keys. Those are metric. And then he's got the Klein like RJ45 crimper and all that kind of stuff right there as well. Klein tools, that's a different stripper I've not seen before. Let's see. Looks like it's just a cutter. So I'm not sure. I can't see a part number on it. So I haven't seen that one before. So it's made in the USA though. I haven't seen that pair of strippers. I'm assuming it's something specific for his work. Again, he's got more Klein different tools, cable strippers, the electrician shears. He does have the Milwaukee GFCI tester. I've not used that one or the tester that comes with the circuit breaker finder of Milwaukee yet either, so I don't know if that's any good. Another Craftsman stud finder, so maybe the stud mark. I wonder if the stud mark is a stud finder or if it's something you just stick on the wall and maybe you press in on it, because it looked like it has 2 spots to press your fingers. Again, I'm spending a lot of time talking to you about it. I'm going to go look it up after I get done filming this, but I'm just interested in it. It seems like to me it would be like a magnetic stud finder possibly, but we'll see whenever I look it up, or you guys can let me know in the comments. He's also got a Stanley old style razor blade knife right there. And again, those are all the tools. If you go back to this one right there, that's all of them. But I think that's the last picture. It is. There's his name. So again, here is one side of the loadout of the tools in the bag. Here is the other side. There's that one. That's a good one if you want to pause and zoom back in and look at stuff for your guessing. I did miss whatever that, I guess it's a 5/16 DeWalt nut driver right there. I don't think I caught that. Then we've also got, again, the bag loaded out. If you've been interested in a TP-XXL, that's the tools. Here they are loaded in there as well. And then here is that last picture, or the first picture, with the bag closed up. So a small loadout, but a good loadout from Ryan of his Veto Pro Pack TP-XXL. Again, it's not all the tools he owns. Sometimes we don't look at everybody's tools. I think he told me in his email that he also has Milwaukee Pack Out and all his power tools. Those just get pulled based upon whatever job it is that he's doing. But these are the things that he uses pretty much on most every job. And I think it's pretty easy to guess what field he's in, or at least if you want to say, you know, exactly like what side of that field it is. But if you want to guess something more specific, like this is what I think he does more within that field based on looking at these tools, that's always interesting. I know some of you like to do that. But again, maybe you've got some questions for him. I'm definitely going to look up that stud mark and see what's involved with that. But if you've got some questions, make sure and ask those down below. But also don't forget to guess what it is that you think Ryan does with these tools. As always, I hope this video was interesting. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.